Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, and welcome to Spikemuth City, where today the Spikemuth Devils are hosting the Hearthome Haunts. And the Haunts are going to start out today with Driftbloom and Cursor, whereas the Spikemuth Devils are going to start out with Weavile and Pangoro. And this is a huge matchup for both sides, as they are currently both on a 2-game losing streak. So let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win today, the Spikemuth Devils or the Hearthome Haunts. Now Weavile, very quick Pokemon, can hit very hard, goes with a Topsy-Turvy, which will fail to start off the matchup. Pangoro goes with a Vital Throw, but it doesn't affect Driftbloom. The Ghost type's being immune to normal and fighting type attacks. So Driftbloom is going to go with a Speed Swap. Now if it focuses in on Weavile, it'll be a perfect target, but instead it switches speeds with Pangoro. So that's still good for Driftbloom because Pangoro did go before it. Now Cursor is going to go with the Shadow Claw. Now, this won't be very effective on the Dark types, but it will get Stab Boost being a Ghost type Pokemon. And it hits. It's Pangoro is actually Zoroark, so that illusion has worn off already. Now Zoroark, we have seen perform that illusion many times throughout this season. Let's see if I can hang on, as Weavile is going to go first, and it's going to go with an explosion. Oh no, this isn't going to affect the Hearthome Haunts. Doesn't affect Driftbloom, it doesn't affect Cursor, which means it's only going to hit Zoroark, and Weavile have both been eliminated. Again, the Ghost types are immune to normal type attacks. That is terrible for the Spikemuth Devils. Wow, what a unbelievable. I cannot believe that Weavile just did that, took out its own teammate. That is perfect for the Hearthome Haunts. Again, they are immune to Explosion, as Umbreon now comes out for the Spikemuth Devils. And it's going to be joined by Scrafty. Scrafty, with its Intimidate ability, is going to lower the attack of Driftbloom and Cursor, but I am still in complete shock that Weavile just performed an explosion against the Hearthome Haunts. I think that is the first time we've seen that done all season against the Haunts. And Driftbloom's even been able to capitalize and take Zoroark's speed as it goes with a block. Uses that block on Scrafty, so Scrafty can no longer escape. Umbreon goes with the Draining Kiss. Targets Cursor with that move. Doesn't do a great deal of damage, however, and now Scrafty's going to go for its first move of the matchup and goes with a Skill Swap, and I am still stunned with that explosion happening so early in this matchup. As Scrafty's Intimidate and Cursor's Weak Armor will switch, which means Cursor is going to use that Intimidate to lower the attack stat of Scrafty, but Umbreon's Inner Focus will prevent its attack stat from being lowered. Cursor is going to go with a Smog here, but Scrafty avoids that attack. And as always, this is a 6-on-6 Metronome battle. If we hit that 20-minute time limit, we will go into single battle overtime. Considering the Spikemuth Devils have already lost 2 of their own Pokemon, you have to wonder if that's actually going to happen. Driftbloom is going to go with a Defog. That Defog is going to lower Scrafty's evasiveness. Umbreon now. The Spikemuth Devils need to capitalize on their Dark type and advantage over the Ghost types, as a Core Enforcer comes from Umbreon, hits both Driftbloom and Cursor. Doesn't do a great deal of damage, however, though. Scrafty now is its chance. It's going to go with a high horsepower. Goes for Cursor here. Takes Cursor down into the yellow. Very good hit. Get a Sludge Bomb in response from Cursor, targeting Scrafty here. Scrafty taking its first damage of the battle. Now, Hearthome Haunts sitting third. They want to try and get back into that second place position, which they have slipped out of. Driftbloom now going with the Stockpile. So if they get the victory here today, that could potentially put them back up into second place, which would be a fantastic way to enter the championship trials. Umbreon is going to go with the Stone Edge, but Cursor avoids that attack. Scrafty now. Scrafty's going to go with the Volt Switch. If it goes for Driftbloom, it'll be super effective, and it does. Still doesn't do a great deal of damage, however, to Driftbloom. And Scrafty will go back to the bench. And in its place coming out is Bishop. Now, Bishop is a Steel Dark type, and it's got that pressure. So it's going to take the Hearthome Haunts. Every time they use an attack, they will lose 2 PPs of their Metronome, as that Glaciate is avoided by Bishop, but it is going to connect with Umbreon. Doesn't do a great deal of damage to the evolution, however, but it will lower Umbreon's speed. The Spikemuth Devils definitely want the victory here today. They're sitting 12th, but they can still get into the top 8 with only 3 games left, including this one. They want that, as they want to qualify for the first ever championship trials in the Elite Challenge League. Now Bishop going for its first move of the matchup. And goes with the Shell Smash, so it's going to lower its defenses here. Will boost its speed and attack. Now Hearthome Haunts is still yet to lose a Pokemon. There's 2 been taken out from the Spikemuth Devils, which they did take out themselves, as we get a no retreat coming from Umbreon. Umbreon's going to boost all of its stats. It's going to boost its attack, defense, special defense, and speed with that no retreat. I have to admit, I do love seeing that move performed here in the Elite Challenge League. Okay, so it's going to go with the Fire Punch. If it goes for Bishop, it'll be super effective, and a very good hit. Takes Bishop down into the yellow. Just over half of its health lost there. Now Bishop is the quickest Pokemon on the field thanks to that Shell Smash. And it's going to go with the Recycle, but that does fail. Now Drifblim's going to go with the Autotomize, so it's going to boost its evasiveness here, make itself very nimble, and boost its speed. Sorry, it doesn't boost its evasiveness with that, just its speed. It's now Umbreon. Goes with the Flame Wheel. And it targets Drifblim with that attack. Drifblim gets taken down into the yellow. Drifblim taking a number of hits so far, but taking them very well. As Cursor goes with the Shadow Ball. Now again, this won't be very effective, but it will get that stab boost being a Ghost type. Now, very minimal damage there done to Umbreon, who takes that hit really well. Yeah, Drifblim going back to being the fastest on the field, thanks to making itself nimble with that Autotomize. Goes with the Smackdown, and it lays that Smackdown onto Umbreon. Umbreon taking even less damage than what it did with the Shadow Ball. Bishop's going to go with the Icicle Spear. Going for Cursor here, gets one hit in, and Cursor has been eliminated with that Icicle Spear. A very good connection there by Bishop. Umbreon with the chance to focus in on Drifblim, goes with the Mega Punch, but normal type move again doesn't affect the Ghost type, so Drifblim avoids that attack. And it's Chandelure now coming out for the Hearthome Haunts, Chandelure being a Ghost Fire type. That Fire typing could be very beneficial to use on Bishop. Now Drifblim is going to go with the Slam. It connects with Bishop there. Decent hit considering it's not very effective, but Bishop did lower its own defenses to boost its attack. See if that attack will be put to use here. It goes with the Fury attack, but Chandelure is immune to that, as Fury attack is a normal type move. Chandelure is going to go with the Air Cutter. It's going to hit both Bishop and Umbreon, and Bishop is taken down into the red. So Bishop is an easy target for the Hearthome Haunts at the moment. And a Fury attack again coming from the Spikemuth Devils. They've gone for a number of moves this battle that do not affect the Hearthome Haunts, and the Hearthome Haunts can capitalize on it. They actually haven't capitalized on it that much yet, though. This Drifblim goes with the Thunder Wave, so it's going to paralyze Bishop and potentially prevent it from moving. Chandelure now. It's going to go with a Slash. This could finish off Bishop. And that it will, so Bishop has been eliminated with that not very effective move, so Scrafty will be coming back onto the field very soon. So there's only 3 Pokemon remaining for the Spikemuth Devils. Close combat from Umbreon won't affect the Hearthome ones. Again, they keep going for these fighting and normal type moves on the Ghost types. And Scrafty's Intimidate again will lower the attack of the Hearthome Haunts. I feel like the Spikemuth Devils are not capitalizing whatsoever on their Dark typing throughout this battle, and they really should if they want to make that top 8. As we get an Eruption coming from Drifblim, this will hit both Umbreon and Scrafty. Takes Umbreon down into the yellow. Chandelure has the chance to follow it up now, and it's going to go with the Aqua Jet. Goes for Umbreon here. Very minimal damage though. Umbreon does have an impressive special defense, by the way, of 130, and its defense is 110. But Umbreon's going to go with a Misty Explosion, so its defenses matter no more. That is terrible. Umbreon has taken itself out, and it's taken Scrafty down with it, as it is super effective on its own teammate. What are the Spikemuth Devils doing here today? Yeah, Pangoro was hinted at earlier thanks to Zoroark's illusion as it comes out onto the battlefield, but what have the Devils done? As the Hearthome Haunts only have to worry about taking down Pangoro now. Drifloon has been in this battle since the very start and it goes with a sweet scent, so Pangoro's evasiveness will be lowered. But this is terrible. We have seen the Spikemuth Devils use Explosion and miss the Explosion, and they only took out their own teammates with those moves. Now we get a Play Rough coming from Chandelure. This should be super effective. And it's a one-hit wonder. Pangoro is eliminated with a critical hit, and this is an embarrassing matchup for the Spikemuth Devils. They have lost here today. And the Hearthome Haunts have dominated this battle. Weavile starting off with that Explosion, taking itself out, taking out Zoroark, doing no damage whatsoever to the Hearthome Haunts because they were immune to it. This was embarrassing by the Spikemuth Devils in their home city as well. Next week, they're going to want to look to redeem themselves when they travel to Verbank City to take on the Verbank Venom. The Venom, though, have been doing very well. They even beat the Olivine all last week. So Spikemuth Devils need to get their act together if they want to make the championship trials. And to do it over the Verbank Venom in Verbank City will be something. But there's that Misty Explosion as well. The Hearthome Haunts practically just sat here and let the Spikemuth Devils beat themselves. Next week, though, they're going to be facing the Vilestone Combat, and they'll be immune to the combat's fighting typing moves. But we'll see if they can get that victory. The Hearthome Haunts getting a big dominant victory today with Nidorinos. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field in this very one-sided battle. And if you enjoyed what you saw, leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I will speak to you next time.